Perfect. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I been in my bag going crazy. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I been in my bag going crazy. Bitch, I'm not.
First off, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some more.
I think a little higher. I think a little higher.
This will be guys back in the video. It's your boy PJ21. I just want to say welcome back to my channel, and also how you guys doing. And also I just want to say if you're happy and you're sad, then my intent should bring you joy. And also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, boost shit to all social media platforms. Don't forget to also hit the post notification bell for future videos, and also get the Pizzo Gang merchandise at teespring.com/PJ Digital Mill-Gang. And if you think the price is a little too high, then I have a promo code 2 welcome 25 in all caps, and then number 25, and you have to get 2 items for that code to activate. Okay, so for our next, we have it's called Reddit's Cheating Stories, and this is a sad story on how I almost lost my husband of 20 years. Right, I don't know why I can't speak like seriously, but and I know like I've been like giving like the story times on pause and whatnot, but I'll bring it back like seriously, because like it's just I gave them a break like seriously, and like I had given y'all the Smash the Pass part 1 of like Georgian edition and whatnot, so I'll come back with like story times and whatnot. It's just that like it's hard for me to remember and whatnot, so like I can't really like, it's like I can make it up like in a funny way, but still like like I still gotta make it funny, and I still gotta like remember it and whatnot. So this is a sad story on how I almost lost my husband of 20 years. Reddit cheating stories. All right, let's check it out.
How I almost lost my husband of 20 years due a need for attention and validation from another man.
Before we get
Like, it's always about attention. Like seriously, like everybody's taking like the phrase, the quotes from Aisha Curry. She's the one that started this whole attention shit, seeking like drama like in the first place. Like it's all coming from her. Like seriously, you're all listening to Aisha Curry. Like she's not getting enough attention, so y'all not getting enough attention. The whole world of females are not getting attention. Like seriously,
started,
I do not want to subscribe.
How I almost lost my husband of 20 years due a need for attention and validation from another man. I met my husband in 1999. I was 19. He was 24.
All right, so like that's a good 5 years. Like, and then she's of age too. Like seriously, okay.
It was a summer camp as his mother was running, and we both were camp counselors. It was a lust at first sight the moment I laid eyes on him. I knew it would eventually.
It was what? Like seriously, it was lust at first sight. So it wasn't love, it was lust. Okay, guys, you. Like I don't know who wrote this, but like their grandson, like top tier. Like seriously.
And rather quickly turned to love. But here was this bear of a young man, 6'4", 228 pounds, rock solid physique, chiseled square jaw, played fullback in high school and college.
That's a big nigga like that. Like 6'4", 228, like rock solid physique, all muscle. Like shit. Nigga has a what is that man? What is that superhero from Timmy Turner said? Uh Captain Chin? I forgot. Wait, hold up. Yo, give me a second. Like he had like a huge chin, and like that's what like he was like known for. The Crips, yeah, the Crimson Chin. Like says that was his name.
He was the most gorgeous being I'd ever laid eyes on. We started dating not even a month after the camp ended, and by 2001, we were married. For the next early 2000, we started dating not even a month after the camp ended, and by 2001, we were married.
Okay, so you met him in 1999, and then like a year had passed by, and then like yeah, we started dating not even a month after camp ended. So it was like a couple of weeks then, and then or a couple of days, and then after 2000, like y'all were married. It's like really like y'all don't even need like I'm going like to that show like in BET called Martin, where Martin and Gina waited 10 years like until like Martin finally like popped the question. Like um it's like if you love that person and like if y'all have like everything in common and like y'all not fighting and like y'all feel like y'all ready like for marriage too, like y'all might as well go for it because it's like it don't even there's no like there's no like year limit like anymore. Like I thought there was a year limit like on these like marriages, but like there's no year limit because now it's like it's a few weeks, it's a few months, and that's it. Like we're married just like that.
For the next early 2 decades, he did everything and gave me everything I could ever want.
Okay,
My husband
my nigga was loyal. Okay,
has been the definition of provider and protector. He gave me a life where, if I wanted to quit my job and be a stay at home mom for our 3 children, I could do so and would never miss a step. My income is supplemental as best. I make a good amount, but my husband's take home dwarfs my own.
so what does that mean? You make a good amount, but my husband's take home divorce my own. Who wrote this? Like seriously, because I don't know. I don't know what you mean by my husband's take home doors my own. Right. I'm he's like seriously. I'm gonna try to make sense of it.
So, how the hell, or more importantly, why the hell did I cheat on him for 9 months? Selfishness. Plain and simple. He's the only man I'd ever been intimate with up until my affair. Sure, he showed me plenty of affection and our sex life was awesome. But I never had my crazy 20s. I felt like she showed me love and affection because he had to, being my husband.
So you felt like you didn't have your crazy 20s quotations. So you decided to go cheat because you need to fulfill those crazy 20s, and then you're going to try to blame him because in the marriage like contract, if there is a contract, he has to like um wait, what's that, like he has to like he has to show you love and affection, like it's in the contract. Like I don't think I don't think that's like that's possible, like, or like that's in the contract, or if there isn't any contract. But you're trying to blame him because he has to show you love and affection, and then you're also saying that you never had your crazy 20s. So why did you like marry him so early? Like this is what I don't understand. Like seriously, like why do these couples like decide, oh, like we need to marry like right now, like instead of like 10 instead of like these amount of years, like we need to marry like in a few weeks or a few months. Like the only reason why y'all need to do that is he needs a green card. He need what else? I mean, yeah, that's the only reason. Like, he needs a green card. Like, seriously, like he needs paperwork so that he can stay in the country. So he has to marry you, like, because you're American and whatnot. But like, I didn't get that, like in the few paragraphs like so far. So carry on. Like, seriously.
We live in a decent sized town in South Carolina, but generally ever know someone who knows the next person. You get idea? So the vast majority of people knew that I was O's wife. So I never got the dreaded A word attention. That's where M came into the picture. M worked for my company with one of the Northeast offices. My
So I'm guessing M is the one that you cheated on with I mean, you cheated on against the husband's wishes. Got you. Okay. And O is your husband.
company was doing an aggressive expansion in the South region, and he was moved to my office around June 2019. His main task was to facilitate transitional expansion and train who was ultimately going to be his position in the region, me. M was to the polar opposite of my husband. My husband is a big
Yo, what? So you wrote train who was ultimately going to be his position in the region me. What to say train me and then comma and then who was ultimately going to be his position in the region. You can't just put a comma in the yo, she would have like if this was like an assignment, son, you would have gotten like a C minus. Like seriously. A C minus like at best.
M was to the polar opposite of my husband. My husband is a big rugged outdoors man. He powerlifts, is covered with tattoos, and has long hair and a big bushy beard, but is soft spoken. Not introvert, but not boastful. He's a pious, humble man. M is slender, dresses in designer names, drove an Audi RS5, and was very outspoken and headstrong. He also had a silver tongue, and I admit, I feel for it. Naturally, we worked quite closely, and M would pay me all kinds of compliments. It started out work related, but evolved to subtle compliments of my appearance.
So it's like the the comparison is that from M and O is that O worked out, and then I'm guessing M was like average size or like skinny and whatnot, and then let me see. We don't need that. I know it. Dresses and design names. M was rich, and was rich too, but I didn't get enough information about that. He drove an Audi. Yeah, that's still rich. Outspoken and headstrong. So he was more like outgoing than O. Like O was humble. Um, wait, but he was outgoing too, because you said not introverted. So like he was extroverted, but he was not boastful. So he was going out, but he wasn't like he was keeping it to himself. Like every time he went out, he kept it to himself. Got you. And then a silver tongue. I don't know what that means. Like M like just like spoke like where like he was a savage at it. Like he just spoke and like didn't care what came out of his mouth. Like is that what a silver tongue is? Let me look up because like I don't got time to. And I think that whoever wrote this, like she gotta be foreign, and like she has like a mean accent. That's why like she just came like to this country and like she knows a little bit of English. Like seriously, hold up. Also, he knew how to get ladies. Like he had a silver tongue. Like known like he had a good mouth game. Like seriously, like he knew how to talk to ladies. He knew how to like be a ladies man. In that sense.
Related, but evolved to subtle compliments of my appearance, and I lapped the attention up. I
Of course you did. Like that's because like you don't have a husband back at the house, right? Like seriously, like once a man like because like you have like your regular husband at the house, and then like we like now I'm hearing about like work husbands, work wife, like work children. Like what? Like seriously, who came up with these like random labels. Like seriously,
was smitten by him. He wrapped his tendrils around me, and I was too foolish to resist him.
tendrils. What the heck? Like he rapped what? Consent? Ew. Hold up. Thunder thread like. Wait, what? I don't know his hair, or he had a plant because it's saying his hair, or he had a plant. That's what they meant by wrap his tendrils. He wrap his hair or he wrap his plant.
I could find it in him. I began returning his affection because I was hooked on the idea of this clean cut pretty boy, showering me with adoration.
It's all about these pretty boys like that. And like once you get a pretty boy, son, like your bae or your wife, son, she's gone. She's gone. Like seriously, because that pretty boy has taken her.
I had it justified in my mind that I wanted to experience this because it was new and exciting. In hindsight, it was the dumbest reasoning I've ever imagined. By August, it was a full blown EA, and Halloween 2019 is where it became physical.
Yo, what's EA? Like seriously, what's full blown EA? Like public, official, like dare, like what? And then now he's talking about physical.
At a company Halloween party I had went with a few of my friends. Normally, all would come, but he was just 3 months removed of neck surgery and in no condition to party, so he told me to go on and have a good time. Emma and I met the tail end of the party.
See, look, you got good trust. Like I said, he trusts you to like have a good time and not do anything reckless. But now you trying to shack up with your work husband and do the devil single. Like seriously.
And ended up back at his place. I was fully aware of what is going to happen, and I went ahead with it.
What? So you know you got a man's at home. The man wrote vows. Like he got a ring for you. Like what you do with the ring? Please tell me. Like, you took it off, and then like you pretend that you're single and whatnot. Cause like if she didn't do that, M had to know that she was married, but he didn't care because he has a silver tongue, like he wants her and he's gonna get her, like seriously. So like he probably knew that she was married and like he didn't care. So
Thinking only of myself and my own needs.
that's
I
it.
justified it in my head by saying, "This is my experience."
Mm-hmm. Quotation: crazy 20s.
My husband began to suspect things Thanksgiving Day. At this point, the fog had completely engulfed me, and I was in contact with them as many times as I could. I'd started to pull away from my husband between October to then, especially since there hadn't been one since we'd been intimate. His surgery considerably hindered his movement. I had stepped
Basically, she's trying to say that like his surgery, like he was slacking, like in performance. that, um, y'all can still do other shit like this. Y'all don't have to like other kinky stuff could help. Like seriously.
outside on my parents' porch and he followed me outside saying, "Whoever it is, tell them you're with your family." He'd gotten pretty annoyed with how much I was checking my phone and sending texts, and I'd lied to him, telling him it was one of the younger girls on my team who had recently broken up with her boyfriend and was going to be alone for the holidays. He presses me over his issue with it on our way home, and after we put the kids to bed, and I snapped at him.
Because like it's his fault, right? Like seriously, like it's always the man's fault. Like seriously, like you're texting some side nigga on the low, and he manages like to like step up and like say something about it and confront you, but now he's the bad guy, right? Okay.
So now, for the first time in really our entire marriage, there was a hint or resentment between us. And, in hindsight, I'm disgusted with how I treated him. I must have been out of my fucking mind. Fast forward to May 2020, when everything went south. I was now working remotely due to COVID, and my husband was now back working, having been cleared by his doctor in March. Due to the fact that a lot of the guys at his work were furloughed, he had to pull 10 to 12 days, sometimes 4 days a week. The kid would do their homeschooling, then either go to their friend's house one street down or to my husband's parents' house. They are very close to their grandparents, both mine and O's.
So you don't care if your kids get COVID, like bring the COVID back to the house and everybody get COVID, right? Like seriously, like it's only May of 2020, son. Like the whole year was like, cause COVID started like March, and like that's only like 2 months, like in COVID. So how you gonna let them? I mean, look, I don't know what's her race, like what's her like authenticity. So I can't really say like if she was like a cool mom, or like not one of those strict moms. So like she just like she let them like go to their friend's house. Like seriously, and it's only one street down. So like it's airborne. You know that, right? It's like seriously, it don't matter if it's one street down. Like COVID is one street down. I mean, COVID is airborne.
This would give me several hours in the house alone. And you guessed it? I invited him over. Happened several times over the spring, but the one day in late May is one I dread and will never soon forget. I never heard his truck pull up, never heard him enter the house or come up the stairs. Always a mountain of a man, so normally you know exactly where he is in the house by the sound of his footsteps.
So she had like a lot of time like to herself. Like O was at work, and then the kids were at the friend's house, or like they were at the grandparents' house. So that gave her enough time to do the dirty with like her husband. Quotations. Um behind M's back. I I mean, no, behind O's back. Yo, it's hard for me to pronounce these letters and whatnot because like you got O, her husband, and you got M, the work husband.
Em and I were right smack in the middle of it when I noticed O standing in the doorway with his phone out. It's the single darkest and most embarrassing moment of my life. Even recalling it now makes me sick to my stomach and teary eyed. I pushed M off me and just stared at O. The only word
Cause you knew you caught. Like seriously, like the niggas, the nigga just caught his wife like cheating on him with the side nigga that she works with, and he got yelled by her and blamed by her for what he didn't even do like anything wrong. So like now you look speechless and whatnot.
that I could even muster out of my Tomba's mouth was, I can explain. Cliche, right?
Seriously, I feel like that's every female like re- reply something. I can explain. Like seriously, I can explain. I can explain. I don't know how you got here. I can explain. Like seriously.
O laughs at me maniacally and dresses me down before telling me to pack up your shit and get the fuck out of my house. He said it with such a ferocity and finality that I knew there was no coming back.
Because once you're mad at something, like you're mad, like you can't you can't stop being mad like after a few hours or a few minutes. Like you gotta give him like a couple of days because y'all still got kids. Or he might sign up for joint. I mean, wait, he might sign up for like sole custody. Like, I hope he don't do that. Like seriously, sole custody. Like he might have a hard time with those three kids. Like seriously, because I remember I was at the laundromat and I had befriended this old guy and he had told me about like his marriage and like he had said that like his wife didn't even his wife didn't do anything like cook clean like anything and like he was basically like the man and the wife like of the household like he basically like did all the chores did all the cooking and cleaning and she just stood by it. I don't want to believe it, but like he was saying it like with I would say a little umph. So like you don't know if you could believe him or you can't, but like maybe it was true.
I've never heard that level of fury in his voice at 21 years I've known this man. He leaves and closes the door behind him, and the weight of what just happened flattens me. All I could do was fall to my knees and scream. Em then starts yelling at me also. I really couldn't tell you what he said if I tried. I was in a state of shock.
Wait, why is M yelling at you? Then like seriously, like it's not like a fight like broke out between M and O. So why is M yelling at you? It's like you always have that one non that no I'm trying to say that you always have that okay you always have that one extra like person that just like be doing like the extraness of just yelling or just like where like they don't have like no role like in this situation like where they come from like seriously.
He's screaming at me the whole time while I'm trying to gather whatever stuff I can I'd need in the immediate. Em had put his stuff on and was adamant about not wanting to leave my bedroom alone because he was afraid my husband would cave his skull in. Remember? Always about 2 times the size of Em.
No, I remember something like that. I said like seriously always he's a slender skinny person like M is 6'4", 228, but I would say like he might be more so like I'm not even trying to guess. Like seriously, so like M should be like mad. Like he should just jump out the window. Like seriously, because I feel like that's what every side nigga like should do. But besides like going out the front door, like to prevent like the her nigga from catching you in the act. Like you should just jump out the window. Like seriously, like and pray that he don't know how to jump out the window too. And like once you start running, like he gonna start running. I hope you get like that far. Son.
I open the door and am scurries out of like a scared rodent. I try to approach O and he sternly says, "Don't you fucking dare." The words are burned into my mind. The pure rage in his eyes absolutely shook me to my core. I just wiped my face, picked up my bag, and left.
Cause like he don't got time. So like seriously, I know every female is sensitive, but like you can't just throw the waterworks and like he's gonna forgive you. Like you cheat on my man's. Like seriously, like he caught you in the act, like where um hold up. Yeah, where M was on top of you. Like seriously, like you can't come back from that. Once he's seen you do that, like it's over.
I looked around the house as I left thinking this was the last time I'd ever see it. As it is his house, an inheritance from his grandfather who owned the land and built the house literally with his bare hands. By the time I reached the driveway, Emma was gone, and the keys to
That nigga was going 0 to 100 real quick. Like that's it. That nigga put the running shoes on and he dusted out of it. Like seriously.
my car were back in the house. I was no longer welcomed in. I've never felt more alone than that moment. I couldn't call my sister or my parents as I grew up in a super southern conservative home. They'd completely disown me if they knew what I've done, especially since they absolutely adored O. I have no brothers, so always like the son of my father never had. He'd be especially hurt by it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, like you don't have no family to go back to. Like you basically just digged up your own grave. Like seriously. Like you have nowhere to go. Like you left the keys back at the house, and I don't because he said that her job was like supplemental, so I don't know if she has money in her account where like she could get a hotel, Holiday Inn, so, or so like that's where like she could stay for like for a few days, like but she gonna have to catch the bus, like seriously, because like she don't have the keys and she not about to like go ask oh like for the keys because he's not letting her back inside anymore.
The only person I could call was my best friend Rain, who I've known since grade school. I called and explained to her everything. She offered to come pick me up, but I told her no, I'd find my own way to her place. The next 2 days were agonizing. I tried calling and text O every chance I could between crying and getting dressed down by Rain for being a total fuck up. I tried calling his parents, but his father told me, "The kids are gonna stay here a few days. You need to give O space. He'll reach out on you when he's ready," before hanging up on me. So that meant O had told his parents what happened. I began to resign myself to the fact that I was about to become an ex-wife.
Yeah, I just said that before. Like seriously, like just give him time. Like you can't forget somebody like after a few hours. Like they need a couple of days. And Rain is a good friend. Like Rain's a true friend. Like for like telling her like what it is, and instead of like lying to her and like telling her oh like everything's gonna be okay. Like seriously.
There's no way I could come back from this. I just ruined a 20-year marriage and broke the heart of the only man I've ever loved because I needed to have a fling. But then, D-Day plus 3, finally, He answered me and told me I could come home. Rain drove me back, and upon going inside, we sit on the couch. Rain sat right beside me as tears me a new one. In 21 years, he's never so much as raised his voice at me. And here he was shouting at me for a good 40 minutes, it felt. He asked me why I did what I did, and I answered him honestly. I didn't gaslight or lie. I fucked up, and I owned it. I'm not.
Yeah, because like no females really be doing that. Like seriously, like I mean, they be saying the same thing like, "Oh, I messed up," and like, um, I didn't know, like they were under the influence or something. So like, it just yeah, and I messed with Rain because she was there for like if anything like broke down broke apart like where like was gonna like put hands on her, so like Rain was gonna be there like to prevent that from happening.
Ashamed to say I begged on my knees for him not to leave me. He tells me, after all of it, he's not going to file for divorce.
All right, we
But
good.
things were about to change and not for the better for me. It appeared he'd spent 2 days apart from me devising terms of reconciliation, which included me resigning from a job, cutting all contact from M, giving him all of M's contact info so he could monitor M if he tries to contact me himself, and signing a post-nap later in the week. There was another stipulation.
There's a prenup, right? Like seriously, because I don't know. I think posting up means prenup. Like seriously. So like, he and he's smart too. Like I gotta give O for that. Like he's smart. Like it's because like if they it, I'm free. Wait, but when the female want to sign, like make a prenup though, so why does he want to do a pre? Like he's making more. I don't know which one's making more money than who. So like, I'm confused on that point.
He made that I won't mention because I don't want anyone to think he's a horrible person. He's not. I deserved all I brought upon myself for breaking my vows to him. I expected his terms willingly. 2 days later, we met with a family lawyer he had contacted, and I signed the post-nap. No lawyer of my own because I wasn't contesting what I did. It's been 7 months since, and I do everything and anything I can to try and ease his hurt.
I feel like they got the whole like prenup like for like if it falls back where like he did something wrong, like she can't take his money. I'm guessing. Cause I forgot how the whole prenup like thing works. Like so I gotta do more research on the prenup.
And he is hurting. We're doing couples counseling, and I see the therapist 2 times a week to deal with my own feeling and come to terms with what I did. He puts in a brave face in front of everyone, as the only people who know are us Rain, his parents, and them. But it tears me to shreds seeing how much I wounded him. He was always a jovial, warm-hearted person. It's hard to find that warmth anymore. He tries, he really does. But I broke the spirit with what I did, and I'm ashamed of myself for it. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror to the point where I cut my hair and dyed it dark brown. I'm naturally strawberry blonde because I couldn't stand what stared back at me. I don't try to smother him. I give him space. I watch. If he asks something of me, I do it willingly with no questions asked. The most jarring aspects of this all.
I mean, that's what every man wants, a submissive wife like that. So, and it only took like her cheating on him with the work husband to get that.
Aside from the stipulation I don't want to mention, is the fact that he addresses me by my first name. For 20 years, I've been baby doll. Now, I'm just B. That hurts in a way I didn't even anticipate it would, but I accept it. I deserve it. And if I want to earn my title of a baby doll back, I have to build back his trust in me and restore his manhood. I have to be better than what I was before. He's afforded me a second chance, and I rightly don't deserve. And I refuse to take it, or him for granted. Never again will I stray. Never again will I give him reason to lose faith in me. I love my husband to the core of my being, and I will do anything I can within God-given ability to show him that. Today is our 28th anniversary. This morning, while we were eating breakfast with the kids, he kissed me on the lips for the first time since D-Day and said, "Happy New Year." My heart melted, and I had to excuse myself from the table to go into the guest bathroom and cry. I'd never been
Well, I told you, son, like, every female, son, sensitive as hell. You get one kiss, like, after, like, everything that you started. Like, my God, I got a kiss. Honey, I love you. They said, I'm done, son. You forgive me? Oh, I won't break your trust again.
more overcome with emotion at once in my life. Happiness, sadness, shame, regret. I think I had an anxiety attack, to be honest. A few minutes later comes into the bathroom and I just run into his arms.
The nigga was like, like, babe, everything okay? Babe, you need more paper roll? Like, seriously, you taking a shit? Babe, you good? Yeah. Like, seriously. Yeah, you gotta give him props for that. Like, seriously, like he's looking out for his wife. So. Like, seriously, like, babe, you good? Like, babe, you need more paper? Like, shit. Like, babe, why you taking so long? You've been taking an hour long in the bathroom. So. What's wrong?
I squeeze him as hard as my tiny self can around his waist, burying my face in his chest and only crying another 10 minutes. He just stands there, his arms wrapped around me and hold me. I truly don't deserve this man. This beautiful, kind, warm-hearted, spirited, and just a man. Even with how badly I hurt him, he takes care of me. I will never jeopardize losing him ever again.
Well, all right. Like, seriously, you learn your lesson. Like, you learn your lesson. Like, you know that you're not gonna do that again, and like, you know that like you married him. Like, seriously, like y'all decided to like break vows, and like that's till y'all part. Like, seriously, like the whole like ritual and whatnot. But it's like the last thing I'm gonna say about this is that marriage is not perfect. Like, you're gonna have ups and downs, and you just gotta like take time like for that life partner, like to just like take a break, like have some time to like to think about to think about it. Like, seriously, like just like break it all down and just like see like um where it went wrong, and like where like y'all could fix it. Like, cause they said couples counseling, and like she's also going to therapy two times a week, and she broke like she broke like all like messages, and like she gave him the contact info of Ed. But I feel like he also asked her for the info, like just so that he could track down M, and like do a little bit of his own like um redemption, like revenge and some sorts and whatnot. So this was a sad story on how I almost lost my husband of 20 years. Reddit cheating stories. And let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about it. And Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We post this shit to all social media platforms. And also, don't forget to also hit the post notification bell for future videos, alright? It's your boy P Digital 21 signing off, and we're Pizzo Gang.
Do you slide on, slide on, bitches. We keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting at the boots. You